I would like to add a quick disclaimer saying the audio for this video is not shot using the X Quadcast S. However, I am speaking to the X Quadcast S as we speak. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now into this video we're going to be reviewing the X Quadcast S. So I've had this mic for quite a while now, probably around like 4 months or so I have had my fair experience with this microphone. So today I'm going to be giving you guys the pros and cons about the Quadcast HyperX. So the HyperX Quadcast S, which is this microphone right here, costs 300 Australian dollars, but it only costs $230 USD. So most of you guys might know that this microphone right here actually has a relative that is called the HyperX Quadcast. This is pretty much the exact same microphone with the exact same specs, just you don't get the customization on the LODs, it's just plain red. These shock mount things here are also red to match the color of the LODs. The HyperX Quadcast also has some other differences compared to this mic, but we're reviewing this mic, so that's what we're going to be talking about. So on the app, I will leave in the description below, you can see that it's really family friendly. You have audio section where you can change the mic volume, mic monitoring, headphone volume, and the polar patterns, which I'll get into a bit later in the video. And you also have a lights section. Here you have quite a lot of things you can do with the lights. You can add effects, you can add how many colors you want, you can change the speed. There's a lot of options. Another pro, which might not be big to some people, is that the cord is a braided 3-meter cable. Now to me personally, this is a pretty big plus, as all my other cables aren't braided, they're not as long, and they're just really quite a mess. So another pro for this mic is that it comes with a shock mount. So this eliminates all of the table movement and noise that you would get from moving around your mouse, etc. So with this shock mount, it also allows you to add it to a boom arm without the need of having to buy another shock mount for this microphone. So moving on to the cons, some cons I found with using this mic for 4 months is that the top of the mic, where you can actually mute, is really sensitive to finger marks. So if you have oily fingers after a hardcore gaming session and touch the mic, you might get some fingerprints on the top of the mic. Now this isn't such a big con for most people, as you can easily wipe it off to get that nice clean look, but if you want to get picky, then it could be a little bit of a problem for some people, but definitely not a deal breaker. Another con with this microphone is that they have hotspots. As you can see on the microphone, on the top and the bottom is where the LODs actually are. So without the LODs being all the way through the microphone, giving a nice clean LOD feel, it's really hot spotted, and if you want to be picky, it could get a bit annoying. Considering not many mics do have LED lights like this one, it's definitely not a deal breaker. There's not many other mics out there that have a light up feature like the HyperX Quadcast S does. Now another con might be the price. Like I said earlier, $300 AUD and $230 USD, it could be a big deal breaker. If you aren't into all the colorful lights and some of the other features, which I'll talk a bit later, you can just get the HyperX Quadcast, which costs around $184 USD or 239 Australian dollars. So on the HyperX Quadcast S, it comes with a few neat features. At the very bottom, you'll find a knob that allows you to adjust your audio gain. So if you are playing a really intense game and start talking loud, you can on the spot quickly turn yourself down. Or if you're talking a bit quieter, you can easily turn yourself up. This is a pretty big deal if you're a streamer and you realize you're talking too loud, your volume's too high, just quickly adjust the knob. On the top of the mic, like I said earlier, is a mute button. So once you do press the button, you'll see that the LED lights turn off, indicating that the mic is currently off, and when you turn it back on, the lights will come back on. So on the back of the mic, you have a USB-C connector, which is how the cord actually plugs in. And you also have a headphone jack. So this is used to test what you sound like. You can plug in your headphones, assuming they're not wireless, and use a USB, and actually use a headphone jack into the back of the microphone, and you can hear yourself talk live. This microphone actually has a really unique feature that some don't without having to go into the software and change yourself. This microphone has 4 polar patterns, which is pretty much how the microphone operates. So the first polar pattern we have is called stereo. This will capture the front audio, the left, and to the right. This is mainly for people that are into vocals and instruments, not so much streaming, as it's not just capturing your voice, it's also capturing audio from the left and the right of it. The next polar pattern is called omnidirectional. This is going to capture audio from each side of the mic, from the back, from the front, from the left to the right. This is best for multi-person podcasts and conference calls. If you have someone here, you have someone on the left, you have someone on the right, and you have someone behind, this is definitely the option for you to pick. So for the third polar pattern, we have cardioid. This is personally my favorite and is many people's favorites when it comes to the HyperX Quadcast S or Quadcast. This is best for podcasts, streaming, voiceovers, and instruments. This is because it captures a one-directional audio. So besides capturing the left, the right, and behind, it's just going to capture where you're talking into. This is definitely good for streaming as it eliminates some of the background noise. And the last but not least polar pattern is called bidirectional. This is best for face-to-face interviews, and this captures the front and the back. So if you're having a one-on-one conversation, have one person behind it, one person in front, this polar pattern is for you. So now we are going to get into a sound test. There's going to be a script on the screen that I'm going to be reading, and you can just decide whether you like the audio for yourself. HyperX Quadcast S comes with many unique features that might make a buyer want to purchase it. Upon purchasing, you'll find that the quality of the HyperX Quadcast is impressively outstanding. So overall, what do I think about the HyperX Quadcast S? Personally, I love it. Besides the price being $300, I feel like that could definitely come down to maybe $200 for the LEDs. Besides that, it's absolutely amazing. The voice quality is outstanding. Everything else is just gorgeous. The build quality, which I did not talk about much, is really sturdy. It's definitely not a cheap microphone. You can definitely tell that when you first get it out of the box, and you can definitely tell that it pays off over time. If the price is such a big deal, I would recommend getting the HyperX Quadcast instead of the S version, or even getting a microphone from Elgato or other companies like that. I will link some in the description below that are really good and that are cheaper than the HyperX Quadcast S. So hopefully this review has helped you guys decide whether you want to get the HyperX Quadcast S or even the HyperX Quadcast. If so, let me know down in the description below. That'd be really cool to know that I helped someone out there. Have a good day everyone, see you guys in the next one.